Everyone, how you doing? This is Bishop Harden.
That's it, Tonya.
We're coming back with part three.
Yes.
I pray you've enjoyed part 1 and part 2.
Thank you for your feedback. Of course, it's always encouraging to know that all the stuff and the craziness that we've been through has been able to help someone, and we are able to be transparent enough to be able to help you. So thank you so much. It's so encouraging.
That's the funny part. I think last couple of days we got some messages, and listen, about 4 or 5 people said these same comments. Man, thank y'all for being transparent. Thank y'all for being like exposing yourself. And it's so funny. I don't feel like I'm exposing myself. I literally feel as though this is what we have to do. We obligated to do. You know, I guess a lot of people are kind of embarrassed about what they go through. I'm not.
Yeah, we unashamed. Like, at the end of the day, I think too is that we sit down and we counsel so many people.
Yeah.
And so that's why I think we're so comfortable with talking about it, is because we sit and tell people, like, in our camp, if you ever been counseled by us, you know that we're going to tell you, look, you ain't all that bad. After you hear what we done been through, I promise you gonna be like, we can do this. We can get over this. So
our goal in marriage counseling is make you feel like you're not that bad, because we show you how much dirt we got, and after you look how much dirt we got, you realize, oh crap, if they can make it,
we can make it, right?
So I want to say thank you for those who have reached out to us, shared the inboxes, shared the videos. I pray that you go back and share the other videos and just let people know that I feel as though we're obligated. Man, we've made it 20 years.
20.
Listen,
Jesus.
I don't know what happened.
We thought we weren't gonna make it, but
no.
Thank you, Lord.
You know, I remember getting married years ago, and I said, man, I pray I get a chance to see my babies graduate. I pray I get a chance to see, you know, us get grandbabies.
Which we will.
Yes.
Not grandbabies, but graduation.
Yeah. Graduation. So we here, we there, and I want to tell you something, that you can make it.
Yeah.
You can make it. I don't care how bad it is.
I don't care.
I believe, listen, go ahead.
And then I was gonna say, any marriage that get together, you can make it. You gotta be willing together to put in the work. And if you could do it together, if it's only one party that's putting in the work, it may not work.
Yeah.
But when it's both parties and you're willing to work and he's willing to work, meaning we're willing to communicate, we're willing to talk, we're willing to hash stuff out, we're willing to, grow together, I promise you, the longer you stay with anything and anybody, your love deepens. I shared that with our church. Your love deepens for that person. Your love deepens for that thing. Just like your love for God deepens.
Yes.
When you decide to stay with God, you find out that there's a rhythm to God. Just like there's a rhythm to God, I believe that there's a rhythm to marriage.
Yes.
And you just got to learn the rhythm.
Double Dutch. You got somebody turning a jump rope.
Yeah.
And somebody's got to jump.
Yeah.
Once the person jumping along the rhythm,
right,
then y'all hanging them together.
You keep hanging.
I'm going to preach something about double dutch one day.
Come on here, double dutch.
So we're here on part 3. Part 1, we share with you if you're going to survive your marriage. Way we survived our marriage, you may can take it, you may can't. Maybe you got 3 other tips you need. But these are 3 tips that we use, so hopefully you can use them.
And there's a lot of tips. We just use 3.
The first tip that we shared, that if we survive, how we survived our marriage was we had to separate from father and mother. We strongly believe that God says that you need to leave mother and father, and become one. So I believe this is one for everybody. Yeah. You gotta separate from father and mother, not just physically, but also mentally. Number 2, you have to learn how to be honest. I believe that's for everybody. You got to be honest. Living an honest life about past, present, and future, you're not going to survive.
You're living a lie.
If you're
not honest in your marriage, I'm sorry, but not sorry. You are living a lie.
And I'm like this here. If I feel as the reason why I don't cheat on my wife is probably not because
I'm crazy.
Probably because I'll be one the whole time. If I can cheat, she can cheat.
Right, that part.
Like, if I can get away with this, what's she getting away with?
Yeah.
I run myself crazy.
And you got to read our book, though. www.ndfc World Changes. You get a little bit more.
Yes.
.org. So yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You get the because
you get the nitty gritty.
I tell them that I did cheat and didn't even know I was cheating. I didn't have sex with anybody else, but I was emotionally connected to somebody else. Long story behind that.
And I started to, and then the Lord convicted. Anyway, yeah, that's in our book. Go read it. But part 3 tonight.
Part 3. So part 3. What was the toughest thing or the latest thing we overcame, and we've been trying to overcome since day 1, is write this down, get your spouse, get together, take notes. The main thing we had to learn.
And I would say this, I'm sorry. And we learned in counseling sessions that a lot of the tips that we're given is because this is the things and the issues that we've had in a lot of counseling sessions with people that we've counseled.
Yeah.
And this was the main issue for us and a lot of people that we talk to in counseling sessions is money.
Yes, money.
Romance.
See, you slipped out there. I was going to say
Okay,
you
go
said
ahead,
it
Bishop.
first.
My bad.
She took my thunder.
My bad. Go ahead.
Romance without finance is a nuisance. That's something we have to learn. It's something that we felt. We felt that every time we had financial problems, we had romance problems. Listen, there've been moments that
sex just ain't right when the money ain't right. It's just
we had moments that we agreed to be broke. We looked in the bank. I never forget, we went on vacation one day and we knew we was gonna be broke when we came back from vacation. We were happy.
We didn't even pay time.
Yeah, we didn't know. We went to San Antonio. We came back. We knew the lights were gonna be off when we got back. Just no joke, no lie.
Yeah.
We knew the lights were gonna be off when we got back. We didn't care. We was our
What
first time
happens
ever
when
going
you
on
plan
vacation.
to be broke?
But listen, we were happy.
Yeah.
When you plan to be broke, we were okay. But it was a moment where we became broke, and I didn't agree with how we became broke because I felt as though she was the reason why we became broke. Or we became broke, and she'd be like, well, you didn't even let me know what was going on, and now we broke the lights off. It's those moments where you broke the lights off, but there was no communication. There was no agreement. We literally agreed to go on vacation to San Antonio. We knew we were going to come back, and we smiled with the lights off because we agreed to be broke together. But what happened was, when we came to a point where romance without finance became a nuisance, is when she believed that we were broke, but I didn't tell her nothing. You didn't explain nothing to me. I knew what was going on, but I didn't explain it to her. I didn't let her get involved. Or I'm thinking with everything good. I told you, baby, we got this much money. We don't have to spend nothing. If we good, and all of a sudden we look up and she go buy McDonald's and that $3 burger wound up costing us $30 in overdraft charges, and now we're going downhill from there.
Right.
Became arguments. So we found out it wasn't the brokenness that made us unhappy. It was the reason we became broke.
Right. And you learn this in the marriage, just to kind of piggyback a little bit. You learn this in the marriage is that you're gonna have one person that's the spender, which is I, and the other person that's not. I feel like I'm the necessary spender. He feel like I'm not. He's don't spend it all because of our upbringing, because, you know, with his mom, it was more, you know, food stamps and
yeah. I was raised, and I got to defend her. 3 years ago, I wouldn't defend her. I would not have. I've learned.
Defend me, baby.
I learned to appreciate her spending style. I hate it. Listen, do I think that she was an impulse spender? Yes. Do I think that she was a impulse spender who spent unnecessarily? No. My wife was a woman who went out, she bought everything we needed. But maybe, listen, she was the type of person, and maybe you know who I'm talking about if you listen to this, to where she had a list of everything we needed. She wanted it now. And I'm the type of person, okay, we need that. Well, let's get this now. Let's get that later. Let's get this one here. And let's plan it out. You know, but if we need it, we need underwear, we need socks, we need toothpaste, because she's like, I'm going to go and get it all now because we may not have any money later.
Right.
And that bothered me so bad.
Yeah.
So I was raised in a way that we were broke a lot of times. I mean, I don't want to offend my parents. We were broke a lot of times. I would not say we were poor. I say we were underprivileged. You know, to be poor, I believe you don't have anything to eat. My mama made sure we ate. My daddy made sure we ate. But we were underprivileged. I didn't wear the shoes everybody else wore. I didn't wear the clothes everyone's wore. It was a check to check, month to month type of thing with me. Yeah. She wasn't the case.
Yeah, with my parents, my mom worked for the food stamp place. And then my dad, he had his own business. We wasn't rich, but we wasn't poor. We had. So it was like the upbringing with my mama, it was just, and my parents, it was totally different. So of course you're getting into a marriage that you're thinking different. When he wanted greater value, and I'm like, no, sir, we're not doing greater value. We got to get the top notch, you know, whatever. We can't get, you know, it was just a different upbringing. But we had to learn through that, because even now, I'm more like, okay, I have this list, but we just gonna get that.
Yeah.
So you kind of train each other as you go throughout the years. But, you know, it's one of those that you got to know who you are in the marriage, and you got to know what you can change. Yeah. As he said on the first video, what can be changed and what can't be changed. Now, we not buying no greater value. That ain't going to change.
Yeah. I'm
not buying greater value. Nothing against greter value, but I'm not doing it.
I found out colorful cans taste better.
Yeah. I mean, the taste is different. Yeah. So you just learn that as you go.
Can I say this real quick?
Go ahead.
And this is one thing I found out is that, you know, the problem is that we had different goals. You know, my mindset was on, and listen, we both I thought that she didn't care, and she thought that maybe I thought that she didn't care, and we fought, we argued about it. But I found out later that we have different goals. My goal was to save. My goal was to never be broke again. I got tired of being broke as a child. And so my goal was never to be broke again. And I found out later her goal was to have everything we need. I don't want to walk around here and my children got socks with holes in it. They don't have underwear. They don't have bras. But what happened, we were trying to get there two different ways.
Right.
And
that's
so
good.
she got angry with me because the way I did the money, it's like I was controlling her, and she never obtained her goal. Well, whenever I let her do the money, I never would obtain my goal because she was going to spend.
I'm going to pay for all the bills. I'm not going to wait on the pink slip to come. He's going to do that.
I want to save. She want to spend it all. I'm like, okay, if we put up 100, maybe.
What you used to say, pay Peter to.
I robbed Peter to pay Paul.
And me, I'm going to pay Paul and Peter. Because everybody going to get paid.
I didn't want to be broke. She wanted to have everything we need.
And I didn't mind being broke if I knew everything was paid.
How do we get both?
Yeah.
So we went back and forth because I said, look, I'm going to pay the bills and I'm doing it my way. And she get mad at me.
Yeah.
And then I said, well, you try it and you do it your way. And then she'll do it. And then we broke. And now I'm happy.
Yeah.
And we later found out we were both trying to accomplish it, but we were trying to accomplish it our way. We were never going to get there. We were never going to get to the point where we were happy if we done it her way or done it my way. Because her way was going to get her everything she wanted, but we was going to be broke.
Right.
My way was going to keep us with money, but she wouldn't have everything she wanted.
Right.
So we had to find a common goal. One day at work, my boss was listening to a guy by the name of Dave Ramsey.
Dave Ramsey, amazing.
I thought at first it was a get-rich scheme. I thought it was something that, but I kept listening to it, and he was going through what you call FPU. I recommend anybody to go get it.
Financial Peace University. Yes.
It taught him how to, save money. So one day, I've been listening to him, didn't really take it serious, really didn't. But it was amazing how I saw him get out of debt. I saw his marriage change. And so one day we had a big argument because I think it was her turn to try it out herself, and I got fed up with it. And we argued like at 2 o'clock in the morning. And she said these words to me. She said, we got to try something different. Yeah. I said, you know what? We done it your way. We done it my way. Let's try doing it Dave Ramsey way.
Yes.
She
changed our life.
And she was like, who is Dave Ramsey? And I explained it to her. And we tried it. We took the steps. Changed our life. We started at first. It worked out. We fell off. We started back. It worked out. This last 2019, we was done with the trying it. We actually put it into full effect.
Yes.
What it did was, it took us from arguing about money all the time. It gave us the opportunity to argue about money twice a month.
Yes.
Every time we get paid, we would sit down and we'll do the budget together and we'll tell our money what to do.
Right.
And we realized if we're going to get out of this hole, we came up with a saying that we got to live like no one else.
Dave Ramsey.
Yeah, Dave Ramsey gave a saying.
Yeah, live like no one else so that you can live like no one else. Yes.
And we would pay the bills and use it to pay the bills, but we never really used it to get out of debt. Until 2019, God blessed us this year to pay my truck off. I think it was a $30,000 truck. We paid off in 2 years, three years.
2 years.
2 years. Mm-hmm. Listen, and then we paid other things off, and we paid some cons off, and we literally working to become out of debt. But we wouldn't have done it before. Listen, now we've learned how to save money and get what she wants. And the way we do that is not by paying bills.
I don't want to just say get what I want. We save money and
we're
we're
able
able to get what we need, as well as be able to give. We're able to sow, we're able to give, but it's because we made that decision in 2019 and that was our vision for 2020, is to live like no one else so that we can live like no one else. And I promise you, when we made that decision, I remember my husband standing in the kitchen and he said, God said it's time for us to submit. And the doors that were open unto us, he said, submit with our money. And the doors that have been open unto us this entire year.
Listen, I'm gonna tell my testimony real quick.
Unexplainable.
We made a commitment that we was gonna sit back and we was gonna budget our money and do it right, strongfully this time, not just just enough to pay the bills. Mm-hmm. And I went to the mailbox, and we've been waiting on a whole lot of stuff. And I went to the mailbox one day, and God literally spoke into my spirit. I felt it so strong. Since you've been good stewards of your money, I'm gonna open doors. I came home really quick and said, babe, God just told me because we've been good stewards with our money, he's gonna open doors. Yes. That day she got a major phone call.
Yes.
That next week I got a major phone call.
Yes.
Listen, and God opened so many doors since then. And listen, and it worked. So what would happen, we stopped paying bills my way and paying bills her way to budgeting.
And telling our money where to go.
That's what a budget does.
That's
a
what
budget
it does.
gives you the authority to say, hey, before I get my check, I'm going to tell you what to do. And if you don't do that, when you get your check going to tell you what to do.
Right.
If you start just
you
spending,
become
spending,
a slave to your money instead of you making your money a slave
to you.
I'm telling you, it's a totally different ball game, and we're seeing the evidence of God when you learn to budget properly.
Yes.
And get someone to help you and coach you with budgeting properly. And I think that's what helped us the most.
Listen,
and we
no, you go finish that. I'm gonna say something.
And we've just seen the evidence of God, and I cannot explain the doors that have been opened unto us because we decided to walk through the scripture of being a good steward of what God has given us. When you be a good steward, God will open doors, but you gotta do it together. Go ahead.
And I'll just say this here. So in the past, did we stick to it? No. But what happened was we immediately start seeing the arguments start intensifying. We immediately start seeing the confusion start happening. We'll immediately start seeing that we're broke more than we're supposed to be. And then we'll start picking it back up again. And then we'll get enough to where we're going good, and then we'll fall off again. What happened this year was we made it a point that we're tired of the roller coaster. Let's stick with it. And it's hard. It's a fight. Listen, you still living like no one else. Your kids can't go everywhere they want to go. Listen, when you go places, you have to tell yourself, we didn't budget for this, so we can't eat this. But listen, we'd rather have those moments than the moments of we're fighting all month long.
Or can I say this? That baby, that's in the budget. We're going to do this.
Yes.
It's a great feeling, but it's also a way to get to your legacy.
Yes.
To get to your destiny when you become a good steward of your money, because you start seeing that. I can't explain.
And I say this here, and this is a total testimony, because I found out this year, when God sees that He can trust you with money, He'll give you more.
Yes.
I promise you, man. I wish I could just. I feel like I'm a low key bragging, but I'm not. Listen, y'all. This year, since we made the decision, and God says He would not put more on you than you can bear. So why would He give you 100,000 if you can't handle 100,000? Why would He give you 500,000 if you can't handle 5? Why would He give you? You've been asking God to give you $1 million, but you don't know how to manage $1,000. So if you never prepare yourself and say, God, I'm being a good steward of 1,000, and then God said, okay, let me try 2,000, let me try 5,000. This year, God is literally, I just said, God, we're gonna trust you. We truly gonna, 2019, this year, we're gonna trust you. He's opened up doors with our marriage and with our money, with our business and everything. So I challenge you, try it. Now listen, my wife, listen, we talked about this, and we told you we wanted to prepare you for something. So we talked about this. We let you know what we're doing next year. We're doing a class next year, because we've helped out a couple of couples on how they took their budget, and we helped them get their budget together, and it worked. So we're gonna offer a class next year, and we're gonna make it very affordable. But we've seen it help, and we want to make sure we help you. If you're interested in that, we want to make sure we offer it to you to help you out with it. But it changed our life.
Or you can inbox us. Yeah.
You inbox us, DM us. You can just DM us if you want to be part of this class. That we're gonna offer. We're gonna offer this class to anybody who will be part of this class. We're so excited about it. But listen, it helped us out, and so next year we're gonna offer this. We talked about it all year, and it's time. We want to share with you what God has shared with us. So
yes.
I hope these tips helped you out. It's been 3 of them.
20 years, 3 tips. 20 years and 3 tips.
And listen, your marriage can make it.
Yes, it can.
We've been focusing on 20, but your marriage can make it 2. Your marriage can make it 5. Your marriage can make it 10. Your marriage can make it 20.
And it's not too late. It's never too late. We always say we have Groundhog's Day being pastors, right? I would even say you have Groundhog's Day when being married. What does that mean? That you get a chance to redo a remakeover if the parties are willing to do the work and do a remake. You can start over. And I look at it like this: if God gave me another chance, and I know my past, I know my mistakes, I know how much I messed up, guess what? I can give Him another chance, no matter how bad it gets. Now, don't get me wrong. It just depends on how much you can handle. I tell people all the time, I'm married to Joshua. Joshua is a go-getter. I'm not married to Moses. Not Moses, but David. David like the cheap that the Lord didn't give me that.
No.
Because I don't do well with that. So it's all about what you can handle and what you can put up with. And here's the thing. Could I put up with it? Probably. I don't know. First of all, it's too long, too many years. I can't tell you if I won't or if I will. Never say never. You never know.
I don't want her to have to put up with it. We put up with enough, and we still going to put up with some more.
Right.
I thank God that He brought us this far. Just look at your spouse and realize, yeah, I promise you, it's going
and I'm not just talking about in that situation. I'm talking about in every situation. Yeah. It's all about, are you willing to put up with the fact that he don't clean up? He not, the person you think he should be, whatever. Can you be able to put up with that? Yeah, you probably can. You done it this long.
Yep.
You can keep doing it. You can work on it.
Which do you pick? You pick your battles.
Yes. Because I promise you, get another relationship, you got to learn that person all over again. Get to know them. Get to know their flaws. Because guess what? They gonna change. Every 5 years, this is a different man. Yep. I don't know who he was 4 years ago, but the man that's sitting here today is different.
Can I tell you a secret though? Watch out, because the reason why I'm a different man because she made me a different man.
Come on. The reason why I'm a different woman because he made me a different woman.
So watch what you ask for. You've been asking that man to take authority, and now you don't like the man that he is now because he's taking authority.
I did that. Hey, take authority. And as soon as he did, I was like, Lord, no, that's enough. But you just...
I wish he'd go to church. Now he goes to church more than you.
Yeah, beat you to church. Come on.
Watch what you change him to, because you're going to have to deal with that one day.
Right.
So, we thank you. I tell you this is the last piece. Marriage can work, but you got to work it.
Yes.
And it's work, but
it's worth it.
So I pray for you. I pray God over your marriage. Like I said again, if you want to be part of that class, that was the big thing we want to offer to you. We want to offer this class to anybody who wants it, not just for marriages, for marriages and singles. It's available to you. DM us. I like using that word. The kids say DM. I don't know what DM means. I know it's supposed to relate to message me, but what do D and M got to do with it? My generation have abbreviations for a reason. What's DM? But anyway, DM me. DM us.
Direct messages.
Direct message.
That's what it is.
Enlightened. Okay. Direct message us. Why don't they put that on there? But direct message us. Let us know you want to be part of that class. And we want to offer it to you. I'm so excited about it. We're putting it together. It's going to be a course where we're going to give you a budget. We're going to teach you how to budget. We're going to show you how to take all your data and put it together, your income, and then also your expenses. And we're going to teach you how to allocate it properly. And we're going to walk you through with examples. And then give you the option if you want to have a personal session with us where we can walk you through it. We want every marriage to make it. And we realize it's going to take work. And we want to be there to help you out. So God bless you.
Thank you for rocking out with us these 3 days. Pray that you're encouraged and can always go back and watch these videos to encourage, to equip, and to remind you that marriage matters.
Yes, it does.
But you got to be willing to put in the work.
Yes.
You said those vows for a reason. To death do us part. Enrich your alpha poor. For the good and the bad, remember your vows. You made a vow to the Lord, not to him.
Yep.
Love you much. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.